name of the chapter is energy. Okay, today I'll be discussing about energy and all and the topics given in this chapter. First thing you have to know is work. What is work? Okay, we say like this. A work is said to be done. You can write it down in a copy notebook. A work is said to be done when a force makes a body move. When a force makes a body move, then we say the work is done. Then it is measured by the product. It is measured by the product of force and displacement, in the direction of force applied. Force and displacement in the direction of force applied. You have to write all this. Therefore, we write a formula. Therefore, work is equal to formula that is F into S, where F is force, S is displacement in the direction of force. Whatever displacement the body will have in the direction of force, that displacement multiplied by the force, that is the formula for work. For work, the necessary condition is what? You must give a force and the force must cause the body to move. When you apply the force and the body does not move, yet you may be applying very strong force, very large amount of force, but the work is not done because the value of S is 0, the displacement is 0, then work will not be done. Then we write down the SI unit of work. SI unit of work is Joule. We write again Joule, 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 denoted by capital J. SI unit of work is Joule, and CGS unit of work is ERG. There is no abbreviation for it. You have to write only, there is no short form. You have to write ERG. That is the CGS. CGS means centimeter, gram, and second system, the other system. SI unit means a standard international unit. SI unit of work is Joule. Now there are many examples of work done and work not done. Suppose you are trying to push a wall of a building. Do you think the wall of the building will be moving or will get displaced? No. So work done will be 0. Similarly, when a person goes from one place to the another place and returns back to the same place, what is the displacement? The answer is 0, because the man is again back to the same position. The displacement is 0. Displacement is the shortest distance covered between the initial point and the final point. So if the person's initial point and the final point is the same, so that means the displacement is 0. The work done is also 0. No matter, suppose from here you go to Siliguri and return back home, or from the place from where you started. So you may be feeling very tired, exhausted, but work done will be 0. Why work done is 0? Because your displacement is 0. There is no displacement. Similarly, we are having a pendulum. The bob of a pendulum is moving to and fro like this. In one complete oscillation from one point it goes to the another point, again returns back to the same point. When the bob of a pendulum completes one oscillation, that is returning back to the same position, what is the value of displacement? 0, and work done is also 0. You have to see two criteria. Force has to be there and the displacement has to be there. Then only the work is done, otherwise work is not done. An athlete is running along a circular track like this. When he completes one round, exactly one round, and from one point is going and taking one round and back to the same point, does he do work? Answer is no. Why it does not do work? Because the value of displacement is 0. So work done is also 0. So work done by a body depends on two factors. Those two factors are force and the displacement. So this is the formula of work. Work formula is F into S. In the another chapter you have learned that torque is equal to force into D, force into perpendicular distance. That time the distance was perpendicular to the force, but this time displacement is in the same direction as the force. And the unit for work is joule, SI unit, and the CGS unit is earth. Now definition of 1 joule. Definition of 1 joule. You have to write. Definition of 1 joule. 1 joule definition will be like this. To get the value of work done equal to 1 joule, force value has to be 1 Newton, SI unit, and the displacement has to be 1 meter. Then 1 into 1 will multiply, the answer will become, W value will become 1 and the unit will become joule. Then it becomes 1 joule. Definition of 1 joule will be writing like this. It is the, we can write it on, it is the amount of work done by a force. It is the amount of work done by a force of 1 Newton to displace a body through 1 meter. To displace a body through 1 meter in its own direction. That we must write. Therefore, we write as therefore 1 joule is equal to, we write as 1 Newton into 1 meter. We write like this. 1 joule value is 1 Newton into 1 meter. Similarly, definition of 1 earth. Definition of 1 earth. Or to write the definition of 1 earth. Earth is the CGS unit. There will be writing, it is the amount of, you can write the statement will remain the same, only the values will change. This time the value of force will become 1 dyne, dyne, because CGS unit of force is dyne, and the displacement CGS will be centimeter. So we will be writing 1 dyne into 1 centimeter. So on that basis we have to define 1 earth. We say 1 earth is the amount of work done by a force of 1 dyne, dyne, 1 dyne, to displace a body through 1 centimeter. To displace a body through 1 centimeter in the direction of force applied or in its own direction. We can write either of the way. First statement, second statement remains the same except the two values will change. Force value now will become 1 dyne and displaces the body through 1 centimeter instead of 1 meter. Therefore, we write the result as 1 earth is equal to, we will be writing that is 1 dyne into 1 centimeter. This is the value of 1 earth. So 1 joule is 1 Newton into 1 meter and 1 earth is equal to 1 dyne into 1 centimeter. That is the definition of 1 joule and 1 earth. The SI unit of work is joule. So remember it. So I give some cases where the force is there, but the work done is still 0 because of the displacement becoming 0. If the displacement is also there, force is also there, then work done will not be 0. The work done will be there. So we are climbing a staircase. Are we doing work? Answer is yes. Because we have force and we have got displacement also there. So the work is done. When we push a trolley from the back and the trolley moves, we say yes, the work is done because the displacement is there and we are giving a force on it. So the work is done. So work formula we have F into S. Now we are doing about power. Power denoted by the symbol P. What is power? We say work upon time is called power. Work by time. Instead of saying that, proper definition will say like this. The rate of doing a work, the rate of doing a work is called power. The rate of doing a work is called power. Therefore, power formula we write is power is equal to work upon time. We will be writing like this. Power denoted by P, work denoted by W, and time denoted by T. So we have this formula for power. Power is equal to work upon time. Okay, for calculating power, we must have time also known. If time is known, then we can calculate power. But to calculate work, time we don't need. That is, work does not depend on time, whereas power depends on the time. How does it depend on time? It is depending inversely proportional. One is up, the other one is down. It's called inversely proportional. What is the meaning of inversely proportional? When this one increases, then this decreases. When this one decreases, then this increases. The reverse will happen between these two. Then when the time is more, power will be less. When the time is less, power is more. For example, a machine we consider more powerful than a man normally. You know why? Because machine does the work in a shorter time. With machine, the time with the person manually will do in a longer time, the machine will do it in a shorter time. Time is less and power is more. So machine is considered more powerful than a man normally, basically I'm saying. Because machine will do the same work in a shorter time, whereas the person will do it manually in a longer time. So power is decided by the time factor. If the time factor is less, power is more. If the time factor is more, then power is less. Just the opposite. Another question. There is a man and a child. There is a child. Man and a child carries identical boxes, small boxes. Carries identical, having same mass, same type of boxes from one place to the another place. Who does more work? Question says, who does more work? The answer is, they are doing equal work. They are doing equal work. Why? Because the mass which they are carrying, that is force or weight which they are carrying is same, and the displacement is same. So work done is same. But who is expected to be more powerful? We say man. In comparison to a child, small child. Why? Because man will do it shorter. Man will do it in a hurry. Whereas the child will take a longer time to do the same thing. See, the child is expected to take a bit longer time, so time is more, then power will be less. So that is the idea behind. So now we will be writing as the SI unit of power. SI unit of power is SI unit of power. We can see this way. Watt means joule and time is second. Joule per second we can write, or that joule per second is also called watts. We write W, it is watts denoted by W, or this is same as joule per second. J slash second. Joule per second. That is the SI unit of power. And the CGS unit of power will be erg per second. Erg per second. Because what will be taken in terms of erg and time is second. So erg per second. So don't have to learn about the CGS unit, but the SI unit of power is important. That is, power depends on time, whereas work does not depend on time. So that is the basic difference between the work and power. Formula of work I give F into S, whereas the formula of power is work upon time. P is equal to W by T, and W is equal to F into S, force into displacement. And power depends upon the time, whereas work does not depend on time. The SI unit of power is watt, whereas the SI unit of work is joule. So that way you can point out the differences. So today's homework will be, we have to write three differences between work and power. Work and power. Find three differences between work and power. As I already told you, or when you go through my lessons, there you will find there will be three differences between work and power. Write it down in your copy and check. Next time I will be checking your answers there. Okay. Thank you very much for the day.